Don't forget, you can reach the latest episode of Potomac Watch anytime. Just ask your smart speaker, play the Opinion Potomac Watch podcast. That is, play the Opinion Potomac Watch podcast.
From the opinion pages of the Wall Street Journal, this is Potomac Watch.
Welcome back. I'm Paul Gigot here on Potomac Watch with Faith Bottom and Barton Swain. Faith, to what extent is foreign policy an issue in the Montana race? Is it at all?
It is a little bit. Again, there are a lot of people in this state that have a libertarian streak. So, the whole America First stronghold is strong there.
But that can cut both ways. That could cut as come home America, no foreign engagements. On the other hand, peace through strength. We need to build up our military and so on, which would seem to be a Sheehy strength.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a reason that the libertarian candidate refuses to drop out, and it's because he is such an America First type of candidate.
Or come home America, too.
Exactly. And Sheehy, is peace through strength. He's running a very smart campaign. He's had a couple points in his campaign where he's, talking to libertarians and getting their vote. But for the most part, he's being very smart about foreign policy.
Yeah, I saw a poll last week, I think, which in Ryan Zinke's district, he's the representative, one of the two representatives in Montana. And Tester was winning in that district by only 1 point, which would be Tester's best district in the state.
Correct. Tester's not someone to be underestimated, though. He's been a politician for 30 years. He's been elected to the Senate 3 times now. He's one of the good old boys in Montana, and Montana is a state where that matters. They've sort of successfully painted Sheehy as, an outsider carpetbagger, and that could hurt Sheehy eventually.
Do you think so? How's he responding to that?
He's been in the state for a while, so his response is, I've been here. I wasn't born here, but I feel like I'm from here. He's raising his kids the Montana way. He's getting them into rodeo events, little kids riding sheep instead of the actual bulls. It's really cute. He owns a cattle ranch here now in Montana. He's a Montanan, but, there's certain people that feel strongly about that point.
Does everybody understand increasingly in Montana that this is the race Republicans really have to win?
As we get closer to Election Day and people are starting to take notice that, our race could determine control of the Senate.
And the filibuster is part of that debate?
Yep. Yeah. No, people are starting to understand what's actually going on here. And that serves Sheehy very well.
Barton, what about in Wisconsin? Is that true in Wisconsin as well on the filibuster? Is that turning out to be an issue? And where's Baldwin on that?
I don't think it's come up in a prominent way. The Republican campaign is highlighting her record to the extent they can, just as a voting pattern. Huffy has you mentioned foreign policy. He brings up the Afghanistan withdrawal and links it to the invasion of Ukraine quite a lot. In my estimation, that really lands with audiences, including audiences that consists of more than just Republicans. But again, it's very hard to tie her to any one thing other than just a series of votes, just because she's not known, she's not associated closely with any one thing on the Democratic side.
Of course, the filibuster argument is essentially a procedural argument, right? It's a rule. So it's procedure, and a lot of people don't even know what the filibuster is.
It's complicated.
So it becomes a difficult thing to try to explain and its consequences. My own view is that both Tester and Baldwin, if Democrats got to the 51 votes in the Senate and made this party push with Harris in the White House and taking the House and the Senate to break the filibuster rule, they would go along without any problem, because it'd be very hard for any one or two Democrats to resist. And the pressure inside the party is building to do it. And Chuck Schumer said not long ago, he thinks he has the votes to do it if he gets to 51. And he'd do it in favor to pass a national voting rights bill, impose that on 50 states, a national abortion rights bill, basically codifying Roe v. Wade, and Supreme Court reform, I think, would closely follow. Schumer hasn't mentioned that to break the filibuster, but I guarantee you he'll do it. And other Democrats are talking about it, and then things would flow from there. So the stakes of the Senate races are really, really big this year. Thanks to Barton Swain. Thank you, Faith Bottom. Thank you all for listening. Great to get this insight into the Senate campaigns. We're here every day on Potomac Watch. Thank you all for listening.